Okay, my name is Hannah Elif Dempsey, and I have been homeschooling about 14 years.
My name is Shannon Blake, and I have 6 children, ages 6 all the way up through 16.
I'm Kelsey Piles, and I've been homeschooling about 3 years.
When my oldest was 2, all of my friends started sending their kids to preschool, and I thought, I'm not ready for him to go to preschool. I felt like he was not ready. So a bunch of my friends and I decided that we would try to do what they would do in a preschool, but do it in each other's homes.
I had met a lot of homeschoolers over the years, some who were already graduated, some who were in high school, and I was very impressed.
My son, Yohanan, for example, had some developing issues as a child, and he always had difficulty in the classroom setting. Homeschooling him was one of the best things we could do for him because we could work with him on a one-on-one level. He was able to grasp the information a lot quicker.
My oldest 2 attend a co-op, which is almost like college classes where you can sign up to take just one class or various different classes.
There are different types of co-ops also. You have an educational co-op where they're actually teaching English, math, geography, science, history, those types of classes. There are co-ops that do outings and they go to museums. There are co-ops that just do sports. There are all kinds of co-ops, really.
One other thing I think that's interesting about the criticism of homeschoolers having a lack of socialization, if you've been around a lot of homeschoolers, they're very good at engaging with multiple age groups. And I feel like homeschoolers are actually better socialized because they don't know to just be with their peers only.
First of all, just by being with people, you will be socialized.
We have a congregation that we attend regularly, and they have made great friends there. And what's nice is having families with a common belief,
I think it more closely resembles the real world, the work environments where you're with people of all ages.
In homeschooling today, there's so many chances for kids to get involved with things.
They can do art, they can do dance, they can do sports. They really have an amazing freedom to really aspire to do what they have always wanted to do.
My kids are very, very involved in extracurricular activities. They play a lot of different sports. They do soccer, track, cross country. They do a homeschool dance class and basketball.
And that's the cool thing about being a homeschool parent is we get to see all these awesome things blossom out of our kids, these dreams that they have, and we can actually cultivate it and nurture that.
One of my top goals was to teach them how to learn.
If you teach someone to love learning, then they can be a learner for life.
We're teaching them to set priorities in their life, teaching them what's important. We're teaching them common sense.
Sometimes it gets difficult because I have a lot of children, but in general we try to do as many subjects together as we can, and then when they get into their more specified subjects, then they're doing individual work. And then as they get older, they really become very independent. Then it's more like, you're just tutoring them and then they're just doing their homework on their own.
And that's a benefit of starting early. As I started early when they were very young, it was a lot easier, it was a lot more, we did a lot more fun things, we did a lot more outings, science museums, and as we had to get more disciplined, as the years went by and as they grew, I became more disciplined and I grew.
Sometimes I find it difficult year after year. There are times where I may get sick, my husband's unavailable to help. Sometimes we just get off track. But the really neat thing is seeing my older to step up to the plate and helping with cooking or even help schooling each other.
So really, and they say that one of the best ways of learning is to teach what you've learned. So it reinforces a lot of the things that they're learning, and now they're getting to teach it, which helps them retain what they've learned.
As long as the parents were committed, they always found a way.
I think one of the biggest challenges of having multiple ages is just that everyone's on different levels and everyone has different needs, and often they need it all at the same time. from the same person, which is me.
My daughter yesterday was having a hard time with her math, and I saw her put a big X on a math problem on her paper, and she was crying, and I'm like, what's the matter? She's like, I can't do this. And I said, well, let's erase that X, because you can. So we did it, and then a big smile was on her face at the end of it.
So Ellis did take Greek and Latin classes, where, I mean, I taught it, but it was with a book, and it was a curriculum, and where he had to translate sentences and blah, blah, all that. But for both, we did the vocabulary words, because it's a basis for our language.
Our children also attend Hebrew classes. They're learning another language, they're learning to read it. And they're in a classroom setting once a week. So that's not a strange thing to them.
This is not anything new.
You know, most of our founding fathers were taught by their mothers. All the guys on the dollar bills were homeschooled.
Thomas Edison was homeschooled. His mother actually pulled him out of school to homeschool him.
The first exposure our kids should be experiencing should be at home. That should be their first exposure to the world.
One of the joys in homeschooling is when I've seen my oldest help a younger one with their math problems, or help them figure out how to pronounce this word in their reading assignment.
Homeschooling is very flexible. It's flexible with schedule. It's flexible with what your kids want to do. There's just so many options that are available. Even kids can go to college at a young age.
In my homeschool journey, I'm closer to the end. The way I ended up doing high school with both of my children was once they reached 15 and a half, as long as they were ready, I put them in junior college in the dual credit program. So my daughter is now 16, and she just finished her first semester of junior college, and I'm not directly teaching her anymore, but I'm helping her pick classes. She gets dual credit. She gets high school credit and college credit for her classes.
I love the fact that I'm connecting with my kids, and I'm discovering who this little person is day by day.
It is hard, and it's challenging, and there has to be that, just a dedication. I'm gonna do this, we're gonna get through this, no matter what.
Being dedicated to it is so important. Being a parent alone is challenging.
We spend a lot of time together, and we have a lot of fun, and it just makes us really close.
When they become who they become and who they're meant to be, it's worth every bit of hard work that you're supposed to put into it.